Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another Kirby's adventure. Yes, we're back here again, going through these rooms, and sometimes these rooms can trick you, but most part it shouldn't. Excuse me. But it should tell you which way to go, because the blocks are so obvious. They tell you where to go, so all you can do is go to the top two, and that's pretty simple too. There's about like 6 stages in each level, and we're on the 3rd level if I remember. Butter Tower or something like that. I know the name was probably right in front of me a second ago. And we start out this place with apparently a Mennonite fight. Not really a Mennonite fight, it's just fighting his minions. Where do these followers come from anyways? I don't really see them in the other games. And yes, I'll tell you my favorite power-up is probably the sword next to the UFO ability that you can get, which is probably the most broken thing in the game. Some of these levels are really short, as you can see. I guess they didn't really have a huge level design or something. Or either that or they're rushing the game out. And I apologize, I sound like I'm in puberty again, because of my throat's a little stuffy. Oh, and yes, and here's the first quick draw, I believe. Basically what you do is look at the level sign when it's blinking. It'll say draw, then push A really fast. At that time, I forgot where the fire letters were, and I was lucky to hit that guy. But this is like all you do. You collect the hats afterwards, and depending on how many hats you get, depends on how many points you are rewarded with, and how many lives. Because if you beat everybody, you get 2 lives. If you beat the second last person, you get 1 extra, 1 up. Last person's King D. And I can never seem to beat him. No, I don't ever beat him in this playthrough. Oh, sweet, a hyper power up right away. And he has 3D. 3D towers. Yeah, it was really cool back then. Not really impressive now. Still impresses me though, may not you guys. Kind of, I don't know. I don't like when people make fun of the graphics, like, to an extent, where they say it's all crappy and everything. Because that's not the truth. These graphics were like shit back then, as people would say. And they were, and even though I wasn't born in the 80s, I believe that Nintendo's Nintendo Entertainment System had a lot to offer. And god damn it, I lost the hammer power up. Yes, that guy gives you the hammer power up, which will become useful for getting a life and health. Because after you finish a stage, your health does not refill. You either go to a Coliseum battle and fight the boss and hopefully survive and get some more health, or you basically die or find health when you're there. I tell you, I'm gonna lose every single one of the Coliseum battles. Because I go there most of the time when I have 1 health. I don't really care if I win or lose. We get this room, which would have been useful to have the laser. Of course, I disregard the laser because I think it's a crappy weapon. Other people will disagree with me. I'm just not big on the laser power up because, I don't know, I don't like how little the power blast is and everything. I wish you could destroy the cannon with that power up that you absorb. That'd be even more awesome. And those spike dudes. Of course, that frog's gonna jump up at the last second. Whoa. Jeez. Yeah, stop doing that. I almost used the power up right off the ledge. You'll see me doing that a lot, and I think one time I do screw up. Right here, I want to get over the other side really quick. And here's a secret. If you didn't know where it was, it's probably totally obvious though. Most of the secrets are pretty obvious. Some of them are pretty hidden, but they're overall easy to get. I don't show it off because I don't feel like looking for them. No, I have not found all of them. Like I said, I used to play this game as a kid. The problem was I didn't actually own it, so I couldn't play it all I wanted. I played it at my cousin's house whenever I could, and I never beat it at my cousin's house because we'd never stay for long. And I purposely didn't push A there because I just wanted to get to the boss. Here's another one of these egg catching games. And I think I do really good here, but I'm not good enough, obviously. Oh, and that little star over there is actually the warp to different levels. I apologize. I'm not really sick as I was during the Ocarina of Time playthrough. It's just, I'm just congested, and yeah, that's all I really need to say. So excuse me when I cough a lot today, because, yeah. And these guys they're pretty simple, but pretty annoying. Because most of the time you see me in this playthrough and I won't jump over the enemy, I'll end up getting hit. Well, guess what? I am gonna have a big major complaint about this. The jump button sometimes fails on me. I don't know why it happens. I push it and it doesn't jump. I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's been ticking me off. It didn't do it during the Dreamland playthrough. Oh yeah, this little area with the little portrait is where you get free power-ups. And I didn't want to use the jump because it's pretty useless in this boss battle. This boss battle is sort of weird. I don't know what made them think of the concept of it. You're fighting the moon and the sun. I don't get that. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? Well, it's Dreamland. Anything could happen. I guess anything could happen anyways. Yeah, the moon has probably the easiest way to get the stars that you could eat, basically. Well, spit out at the enemy. If the sun's attacking you, it's a little bit harder, but not that much. The problem is you have to be concerned of where the moon might be placed or like be at, because sometimes you have to go to the absorb these things, and right here I can't do it because the moon was being a dick and guarding it. So you gotta be aware of that all the time, and I got it on the wrong start, because I should have defeated the moon first. That was totally my fault. But I ended up beating them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And on to the 4th level, if I remember. Yeah, Grape Garden. Another cloud level. Always reminds me of the cloud level in the first game. I jump cut. I jump cut at that part when I was pausing. Because of the time limit, like I told you, I recorded all this in 2 plays, 2 sit-downs anyways, and this is the second half of the sit-down, believe it or not. This is probably like a couple days after the first recording, because I didn't have enough time to actually record the whole thing in one sitting. I could do it, but I didn't have enough time that day. And here's the best power-up in the game. I love this power-up to death. If you tap the B button, you'll get a laser. If you hold it in for really short, you get a laser beam. And if you hold it in and charge it, you get a really powerful star blast. It is probably one of the most broken power-ups in the game, to a point where it was so broken that they only made you be able to use it through the level you actually got it in. Because it gives you the ability to fly unlimitedly and use the power-up at the same time. I mean, you can't say that isn't broken, to an extent. Yeah, see, I lost it. I wish you could keep it. Of course, that'd make the game way too easy. You probably noticed that the door doesn't turn white. That's because I haven't found the secret. If the doors don't turn white when you complete the level, that means there's a secret you missed. So it's a little nice indicator that tells you if you got everything, and it helps you 100% the game. It's not really hard to find, like I said, the secrets, but they're totally not really worth it anyways. Because all they are like mini games to get extra lives. That's really all they are. Anyways, we're in this castle level, and I don't know, I think the rest of this playthrough you'll see me screw up a lot more, because I don't know what was happening that day. I wasn't doing as good as I was in the first recording. You see some epic parts. I'm not saying I totally suck in this part, in the second half of the recording, because there's some parts where I'm like, wow, I did that? I actually did that? In the second recording, and others where I could have done a lot better, because there's deaths involved. I like that little screen down in the corner where it says normal. If you try to absorb someone with no abilities, it says nothing. It shows Kirby with his face down. I always thought that was funny. I like the little animations of Kirby's. They're always like comedic little things, but are still they're pretty funny. Now these guys are so annoying. Most of the time you won't be lucky me and absorb them 2 bombs like I just did. I don't know how I did that. Most of the time you end up getting hit. Well, anyways, we're at the end of the part. I'll see you guys in the next part. See you guys until then. Take care.